Today's episode, we're diving into the critical role of digital transformation for financial institutions, especially for small and medium-sized businesses looking to stay competitive.
To give you some ballpark figure, largest bank in Canada, and I see logo here, they spend a couple of $1 billion every year on their technology projects.
Listeners, digital transformation may seem daunting, but it's about building agility and resilience for your business to adapt and grow.
CRM, like traditionally speaking, CRM was customer specific, having that customer 360 view of who you're dealing with and each touch points.
Listeners, taking the first step in CRM transformation can be challenging, but focusing on scalability and flexibility in solutions is crucial for long-term success.
I think it is important to put the client first, in no matter what you do, what consulting company or technology company that you're operating, always have that compassionate view of your client requirement and having a laser focus on what make them successful.
Hi everyone, and welcome to the CanadianSME Small Business Podcast, where in today's episode, we're diving into the critical role of digital transformation for financial institutions, especially for small and medium-sized businesses looking to stay competitive. Guiding us through this topic is Rohit Kumar, a seasoned expert with over 20 years of experience in technology and business consulting. Rohit has worked extensively with financial institutions, helping them innovate and streamline their operations. Rohit, welcome to the show. It's been a pleasure to have you on the podcast. How are you today?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me.
Very pleased to have you. Now, Rohit, let's begin by discussing the evolution of digital transformation in the financial sector, because in Canada's fast-paced digital landscape, small businesses, they need technology and automation to stay competitive, and your insights on this particular topic would be very invaluable. So please tell us, why digital transformation is essential for financial institutions today, and why is it so specifically needed for small to medium-sized businesses?
Absolutely, it's my pleasure. So we are living in a very transformative age right now, and we haven't seen these kind of pace of changes ever in our history. There's a lot of driver of why now. The biggest one is customer themselves. So they want everything to be available to them in terms of 24/7. They want everything to be digital on their mobile app, on their cellular phones, on their everywhere they go. The expectations are also increasing day by day in every realm. So financial services generally tend to be a little lagging behind. Whether you're applying for new mortgages or whatever, everything is paper heavy.
Right.
So now there's a demand for that. Whoever is first to go in there and provide that digital seamless experience to the end customers are going to win.
No, absolutely, you're right. I mean, thank you again for shedding light on this. It's insightful to see how there are strategic shifts that can make these institutions, more successful, I would say. But to build onto this a bit more, Rohit, how can small businesses approach these transformations that you just discussed without getting overwhelmed by technology?
Right. So that's actually a great point, because the larger firms and then most of our team members have came from working with larger FIs who spend a lot of money on these kind of projects. To give you some ballpark figure, largest bank in Canada, and I see logo here, they spend a couple of $1 billion every year on their technology projects.
Right.
And they have an army of technologists, best brain working for them, building the next generation of financial services products. Now for small businesses or even medium-sized businesses who are in the similar space, probably providing competing products and also need to capture the same market segment, to stay competitive for them, it's imminent for them to actually get access to the technology, which is easier in terms of implementation, doesn't need an army of technologies. And thanks to advancement in AI and no-code technologies, this is no longer a science fiction. It is possible for them to access the same kind of rigor, same kind of maturity that larger enterprises are typically being access to, and then be more competitive. So the technology, what it's doing is level playing the competition and let the best innovative company win and not the one who are actually investing a lot on technology. So now we are seeing a democratization of the
Right.
digital toolkit. So that is very exciting for us as a technology enablement firm.
It's amazing. It's incredible to also learn how accessible technology can empower financial institutions. Listeners, digital transformation may seem daunting, but it's about building agility and resilience for your business to adapt and grow. Coming up, let's dive into CRM transformations and the unique challenges for smaller institutions.
Yeah.
Rohit, transitioning from legacy systems to agile, CRMs can be challenging, especially for smaller institutions. And your expertise here would be very invaluable. So yes, tell the audience, what are the biggest challenges that smaller institutions face when overhauling their CRM systems, and how can they best manage these institutions?
Absolutely. Like for small and medium size, the biggest challenge is just when they hear the word CRM or ERP for that matter, they start thinking in their mind this is going to be a very capital intensive project.
Mhm.
It's going to be multi-year and it has to drag on all the resources. So there's a lot of and they're not entirely wrong, because legacy platform, whether it is Salesforce or Dynamics 365 or whatever platform are out there, are actually was not simple to implement. The newer platform have better promises in terms of faster time to market, having build these building blocks quicker using no code technologies. You can pull the pieces together and go to the market faster, and integrate with the ecosystem that a small business already used to, whether it is Google Suite or any other technology stack that they're currently using, Microsoft, SharePoint, or whatever technologies that they are currently using.
Mhm.
Easy access and easy integration with this technology right out of the box, and not needing a specialist to do these kind of transformation projects. These are new change drivers that are making CRM, like traditionally speaking, CRM was customer specific, having that customer 360 view of your who you're dealing with and each touch points. That's the value proposition. But now how we are evolving from out of it is it's no longer just CRM doing only for the customer, and it is only for your sales or marketing,
Mhm.
but also your operation and compliance. So all of these workflow automation that are combined together with the CRM gives a complete, almost like an operating system of your firm to run on and be more competitive, and then be more, I guess, aware of what your customer needs are by having that 360 view and capturing the data points from various angles.
Amazing. And it's really helpful to know the specific challenges and solutions for CRM in in the financial industries, to be more specific. But what should businesses consider when choosing between established CRMs like Salesforce and newer platforms like Cisco?
Yeah. So, I mean, historically, these platforms, they invented, like you said, Salesforce. They invented they phrased the term CRM, and they invented this industry. So it was great and breakthrough 20 years ago when it came to the market. But since then, technology has advanced quite a bit. And even though the bigger technologies continue to spend, they are cutting edge. No, don't take me wrong; they are amazing. They are still the leader, and they spend a lot of money in their innovation and R&D. But then small businesses need to take a call, like, is this the best solutions that they should go after, or there are better alternatives? I think it's best. There is no one size fit all for any businesses, and the same is true for small and medium sized businesses. Is to start evaluating their unique business goals and matching with the technology options that are out there. The only message I would like to say with my to the small business and medium sized business owners is, when you do the evaluation, you have to put your businesses in front, and then you start looking at the option rather than the other way around, where you're saying, oh, I need to just invest on the latest technology, and then just blindly following maybe your competitor or someone okay, someone has invested in Microsoft Dynamics 365 or Sales Marketing Cloud, so we need to do as well. That's not how it should be approached. It should be approached from your unique business need first, and then we go out and find out what options make more sense to their business versus the others.
And to point out that, there's a very interesting statistics regarding the topic that we're discussing today. Listeners, taking the first step in CRM transformation can be challenging, but focusing on scalability and flexibility in solutions is crucial for long-term success. I mean, according to Statistics Canada, as of December of 2021, there were about 1.21 million employer businesses in Canada, with 97.9% just being small businesses.
Right.
So that tells us a lot. And, it would help us build on to our next topic where we're exploring, growth strategies
Mhm.
that are key for tech consulting firms in a niche market. With building a sustainable growth for a niche tech, consulting firm in a competitive landscape is no small feat. What lessons have you learned in building the honest consultants that could benefit other small tech consulting firms aiming to grow sustainably?
Absolutely. So I would say, like you already said, like finding your niche. That's number one, where you start, and then finding right talent
Mm-hmm.
to and allies is critical. Where you bring in the best talent in together to solve a problem and create that 5-star experience for your end client, and also true to your mission and value that you're bringing to the table. I think these are all. There's no one recipe that might work for me, may not work for the others. I've been fortunate enough to bring the best talent I've worked in my digital transformation projects at the FIs elsewhere,
Mm-hmm.
and handpick these talents and pull together a team that are creating that kind of experience and winning client trust. I think it is important to put the client first, in no matter what you do, what consulting company or technology company that you're operating. Always have that view of compassionate view of your client requirement, and having a laser focus on what make them successful. Because if you are nobody is successful if your client is not successful.
True.
And a lot of IT projects fail, believe it or not. There's another stats out in there where majority of the IT projects actually fail. That is a terrible truth.
Mm-hmm.
But also that also makes small businesses and medium-sized businesses a little wary of where they spend their hard-earned dollar money, especially in the tech projects, because there's a lot of execution risk involved. So that's why it's even important to bring someone in who have done this many times before, and more importantly, have that laser focus on the client problem, and then focused on making them successful, making them, take the center stage where their unique problems are tackled first, and not talking latest technology fads and that may not be suitable for the businesses.
That's amazing, and it's very inspiring, Rohit. Focusing on specialization and partnership building sounds like a solid approach. But could you share more about the importance of building a strong partner ecosystem?
Yeah, so strong partner ecosystem, there are many drivers for that. First of all, working with the technology providers who have that kind of framework and methodology in place. So all the large technology, usually they do have that in place. But then also finding within that ecosystem your industry. So we're talking about financial industry today, in FinServ industry. It's a very niche industry. Beside everything that we talked about, there's another pillar that is also important in this industry, is compliance and legal angle. And that is critical, because in innovation sometimes you cannot go extremely innovative and then compromise on your legal or compliance requirement.
Right.
So that's almost like a constraint that you have to be aware of when you bring in new technology and solutions. So in your partner ecosystem, having someone in your network who have done this in that regulated environment, and then how can you bring that technology innovation and turn into an operation into your ecosystem and learn from your peers who have done this in the past. That partner ecosystem is necessary, and I've seen with that is getting more and more traction these days when very niche industry focused ecosystems are evolving. And that's the trend I think is going to be. So all the new innovators or entrepreneurs or business owners who are in this space should look out for their own specific niche industry working groups, and find out where they can add value by joining the clubs, joining the groups that are relevant for their industry and their problems that they're solving.
Well, thank you so much, Rohit, for sharing these proactive strategies. Stay tuned, everyone. We're taking a short break, but we will be right back with more insights from Rohit on navigating compliance in tech.
You dreamt big. You made the leap. You and your "we're not stopping at small" business. Doesn't matter you've never done it before. You unlock those problems. You adapt to change. You learn to evolve. You're pioneers in challenging times, finding your own frontiers. Wherever you e-commerce, UPS is with you. So nothing is going to hold you back.
4 billion people check their email every day. That's 4 billion missed opportunities if your message doesn't make it. To reach your customer's inbox, you need a winning strategy. And Constant Contact delivers. Literally, over 97% deliverability. Elevate your email game with easy-to-use templates, writing assistants powered by AI, and in-depth metrics. Ensuring your email is flawless, delivered, and read. Constant Contact delivers. Give it a try.
At IHG Hotels and Resorts, we're in the business of you.
We're here to help you plug in,
connect and recharge,
make an impression,
and meet with confidence.
With 19 brands built for business,
your business gets even more rewarding.
With an award-winning loyalty program at 6,000 IHG hotels and resorts worldwide.
Welcome back, everyone. Let's jump right back into our conversation with Rohit Kumar on balancing regulatory requirements with technology solutions. Now we'll talk about how THC helps firms balance compliance with agile tech solutions.
Yes.
Because balancing, compliance with agile tech solutions is challenging for small and medium-sized businesses. We've touched base on that. And your insights on this would be, something our audience would also be looking for. So yes, tell us, how does THC help firms maintain compliance while still adopting flexible and innovative tech solutions?
Absolutely. And it's not easy to have that balance. So because most of our team members have come from FIs and delivering projects for them, so well aware about the constraint that these financial institution and financial services industry generally operate within. And all of us, our clients, are in US and Canada, so well aware of this framework that are relevant for them. So being creative, but at the same time aware of all the regulations that are applicable, whether it is data governance related, data privacy related, or could be how your systems are configured to comply with the different acts like Disability Act in Ontario. Making sure you're aware of these parameters under which you're building solutions are super critical. Last we would want to know is we build a solution but has some issues in terms of the compliance checkpoints and audit issue, which can haunt us back. So it's important that you partner with the company and the firm who are from the industry and are well aware of these requirements, and they can preemptively guide you and tell you what are the things that are also critical when you start thinking about these technology transformation projects within the realm, within the constraint of the technology innovation. Yes, that's the centerpiece, but also being aware of this compliance are also needed to be adhered to.
No, it's crucial to hear how THC strikes this balance. But do you have any tips for small business owners who are still trying to navigate these compliance requirements on a very tight budget?
Yes. So my advice would be to start small. You don't have to boil the ocean. You start looking at your quick wins, find out where it is hurting the most in your business operation, and that also needs sometimes external lens, because you may think that this is your real problem, but maybe that's a symptom. So you bring an expert like us who actually have a engaged conversation with you to start identifying the real problem. Where is the smallest effort but the biggest win likely to have for the firm? Maybe you don't need to embark on a full-blown CRM implementation. Maybe you start small by looking at your marketing and sales piece. Maybe you automate that piece. Maybe you start building the customer journeys and finding out which journeys are relevant for your outreach. So all of these are ideas where you can start small but have a better result on your investment, on your technology investment, on your change investment, and also have that encouragement that these results can can actually give you a return on investment in the short term that justifies future investments. So that's how I would suggest to approach this. Starting small, getting some small wins first, get the encouragement because of the small wins, and then keep going on the path.
Now, thanks for sharing those actionable strategies, Rohit. To all small business out there, please remember that balancing compliance with innovation doesn't have to be a roadblock. It's a pathway to reasonable growth. Lastly, let's talk about the emerging trends in financial tech consulting, because as someone with deep experience in financial tech, as you must have, valuable insights with the upcoming trends and how small businesses can stay ahead. Rohit, what emerging trends do you foresee in the financial tech consulting space, and how should small businesses prepare for them?
Absolutely. And answer to that question has to start with generative AI. Because it is game changing, but then you also have to be aware where to start. Generative AI we are living in a time which is, I would compare the changes that we saw when internet came into being, and a lot of technology operating model changed.
Right.
Generative AI has similar, potential to make an impact in industry. And my advice for the small and medium-sized businesses is start looking at how they can benefit from a technology like this. And then generative AI-based solutions are also being launched in the environment quite a bit. So we start looking at which one makes sense. But at the same time, you have to also be aware that your operations, each business's operations are unique. So we need to find out where to start small, again, to the earlier point, where these use cases are more relevant. But one thing is for sure, the newer technologies, whether it is generative AI or advancements in analytics, the technology toolkit, which are exclusive for the large enterprises, are getting democratized. So it is a fascinating time to live in when the small businesses have access to those cutting edge technologies that were almost exclusive at the banks, the large banks, and we have seen both worlds.
Right.
So now we're getting more excited, like someone like us who can actually bridge the gap and bring these cutting edge technologies in front of the small business and make them more competitive and make them be as almost like a play level set the competition with the big guys and create the same kind of value for the end customers. So that's where we are always passionate about. Yes, we are still engaged with the large enterprise. We still work there and create values from them. But our maximum, satisfaction, and I'm saying on behalf of all my team members who actually deliver projects for medium enterprises or small enterprises, every time we go and talk and create values for them, we always close the project with we had no idea how this technology could have changed their businesses.
Right.
So we are thankful, and we stayed in touch with all these projects that are already in production, and we're seeing the impact, real measurable impacts that has happened to their bottom line and has made them more competitive, and they continue to grow because of strategic investment in the cutting edge technologies.
No, that's really insightful, Rohit. I mean, staying ahead of trends is the key to resilience. Now, given these emerging trends that we've just discussed, what role do you think cooperation or collaboration with the larger tech providers or partnerships can play in helping small businesses adapt effectively?
So, biggest collaboration would be building that working groups or building that ecosystem where people can share ideas because one thing is also happening with the advancement in technology is, like I said, technology is no longer a barrier. So now your world is your oyster. When you start thinking about creative ideas, what can you think? That's really a limitation. There is no limitation in terms of what can be built out in terms of implementation and execution. So the biggest ideas for larger tech companies would be build these ecosystem where these successful case studies can be celebrated, right? Because now you have a platform. We talked about generative AI, and ChatGPT is a product of that. And there are other solutions out there. All of these are platforms, meaning you can build any solutions on these platforms. Now, some of these use cases could be very powerful and could likely resonate with certain section of the industry, and they could say, okay, that is possible. Okay, I didn't even think about that is possible because of these technologies. Now, your imaginations can come to fruition and in real life much faster than the olden days or even a few years ago. So now the bigger technology companies should be celebrating these kind of use cases, talking about it, and how people have been realizing the benefit from technology and making them more competitive, create more value for their end customers, be more efficient in how their business operate, and all of this above.
Now, it's quite clear that innovation and resilience are critical for today's small businesses. But Rohit, as we wrap up and before we let you go, what final piece of advice you would like to give to small business owners who are looking to start or advance their digital journey?
So again, reiterating what I said earlier is let's start small. You don't have to think about this. Each of these investments are capital intensive, and some of them could be, but we need to find out the sweet spot. Where is your lowest investment that can likely to bring the best return on investment, and graph it out in terms of a 2x2, your investment and value. So where is that sweet spot, which is lower investment but bigger on value, and then just laser focus on that to start your journey, to start making an impact, and then continuously evaluate, is it making sense? And because of the advancement technology, the pivot is not is as hard as used to be. In the older way of software development or release cycle, you can pivot quickly. Okay, this is not working. We find another way of doing things, another way. We build new packages, new solutions, and then find out something else. Take the real-time feedback from your customer. What is working? What is not working? All of this agile way of delivery is now finally possible to do in a real life in much more efficient way because of these advancements in technology and platform. Right. So that will be my advice, to start looking at the smaller wins that is likely to create a bigger impact and less investment, and let's just focus attention there and build a roadmap around that. So how can you continue to innovate, continue to build more solution in a long term, and then have that benefit being reaped.
Thank you so much, Rohit, for, again, joining us and for sharing such invaluable insights about the latest trends and how can small businesses, work harder to scale up and achieve success. But again, thank you for your time.
Thank you for having me again.
And that was the end of our discussion. We'd like to extend our thanks to our partners, RBC, UPS, IAG, and Google for their support. Today, we explored digital transformation with insights from Rohit Kumar, the founder of The Honest Consultants. We covered CRM strategy, sustainable growth, and emerging trends in financial tech, providing practical tips for small business owners. Again, thank you for tuning in, and we really appreciate your support and enthusiasm. For more expert advice and insights, visit our website, CanadianSME.ca. Until next time, see you in the next episode.